Hello my lovelies and welcome to another plan with me. Today we are in my mini happy planner, which I haven't done a plan with me in this for an absolute age now. So like I said on yesterday's video, hopefully this is the start of things to come. I do apologise if you can hear banging in the background. It is not going on in my house, unfortunately it's one of the neighbours, but we'll work through that as best we can. And as you can see, today we're using this gorgeous story kit. I think it was called Once Upon a Time from the FabPlannerPrint. And I've already gone through, as you can see, and just jotted the dates in. So obviously we're doing the week of May 6th through to May 12th. So let's get started just by laying down our day covers. So my mini happy planner, as I've explained before, and obviously some of you might be new to my channel, so hi, welcome, please hit the subscribe button and join me. I do go quiet from time to time based on my children. I do try to keep consistent, and I do try and do at least three videos a week, but both my children are special needs, so sometimes they kind of take over my life a little bit, but wouldn't have it any other way. So it is an undated happy planner mini. Oh, excuse me. And the reason I went for undated is because I wanted to use it kind of academically. So not for academic purposes, but based on the academic schooling years, because obviously this is almost like a note type journal. That's how I use it, just to keep track on events for the kids and what's going on really in their lives. Obviously I do have several planners, but I do like to try and keep, and not so much keep things separate. I mean, my Happy Planner Classic is very much my home planner, and I literally put everything in there. So everybody's appointments, everything I've done in a day. If someone's fallen ill, then I'll make a note of it, just so I can keep track of everything. But the reason I have this is just that I can go into a little bit more detail of, say I've had to sit down and have a meeting at the school, then I can jot a few sort of notes down regarding what happened, what was said, what was discussed, so on and so forth. For example, it also allows me to go into a little bit more detail concerning sort of any appointments regarding the boys' conditions, etc, etc. So it just really sort of gives me that little bit more detail on a day-to-day basis from week to week on, you know, what's going on, very much so for those two. And it's proved useful because I can reflect back and I can go, okay, so this has happened again. When was the last time we had this incident? And I can backtrack through and I can say, well, this is this incident, this is how we resolved it last time. Do I think it's the same trigger? Is it a different trigger? So on and so forth. And it is proved really, really useful from that perspective, because if things are missed or things are forgotten about, I've got a record. However, I possibly won't see this planner out to the end of the year that I set for it. So it's supposed to end at the end of August. Obviously started at the beginning of September. 12 months to be up at the end of August. Those of you that follow me on Instagram would have seen, I'm just going to go in with the full boxes now, would have seen that I recently purchased an absolutely gorgeous, I don't think that's straight, don't mind me, I'm just possibly my date cover that's not straight underneath. Leather TM that was made for me by Di from R-kive leather, I think that's how you pronounce it. And the idea is to try and condense some of my planners down into sort of one place, so that I'm not having to flip between so many. I've got one place where at least two things are. Two of my planners condensed down into. So that's going to be sort of the new thing. It's going to be an insert that I purchased for the B6 in the same layout, same format as this, so I will be pretty much planning in it in the same style. Just it'll be a TN insert rather than a happy planner. And don't get me wrong, I mean a happy planner could quite happily fit in my B6 TN as it is, but I quite like the idea of kind of keeping it quite samey. So at this point, oh, hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's what I'm doing, I'm getting ahead of myself. Just need to pop down here to this. So any leftover checklists, etc., when I finish my big weekly kits, any leftovers I will pop into, I've got several of these little wallets. And the advantage of that is that should I need something, in this case I do, and it's conveniently that one. As you can see, I keep all of the excess checklists in this one. Just means they're to hand, really. All from different kits, different shops, etc. And they're just handy to know that I've got them there to use, because obviously sometimes I do require them. So do now, and I'm just going to pop down one of the, oh, that's the same. There's the day cover. What's different to the day cover? This one. So it's the same background in the picture above, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to pop that in there, and then this mini checklist box just pop underneath, like so. And then across that I'm just going to jot to do. So this is a to-do list specific to the children. So anything I really must remember. So, for example, some of you that watch me regularly will know my youngest was supposed to have an operation last week, and obviously came down with chicken pox, so it got cancelled. Unfortunately, the onset of that meant that I'm having trouble lining this up. Just flip the page. Meant that his operation was obviously inevitably postponed for another date in time. Not that close to the edge, I've took it straight, slightly off the page, which I was trying to avoid. Maybe if I go, I still want to be able to see the flag a bit, but not. There we go, just like that. But he come down with chickenpox, as I said. So obviously, like I said, his operation was postponed, and it meant he's had to return to school a week earlier than originally planned. So this term they've actually started doing in reception year proper PE. So they actually need their PE kits with them now. Of course, me being me, and you think savvy, I don't need to buy that for a couple more weeks, I won't bother. Well, obviously it backfired on me today quite spectacularly, because obviously he's had to do PE today, so he's had to go in just generalised home clothes really, which the school are a bit crabby about because it's not part of his school uniform, but we'll let it go today, whinging at me. And I was like, well, to be fair, it wasn't planned, it was totally out of control on my part, and I apologise. You know, he wasn't technically supposed to be here, that's why I haven't. Purchased one, so obviously I am now in a position where I do need to pop out and purchase one. And they're going to me, oh yeah, you can get the shorts in Tesco's. I'm sorry, but my eldest son has attended your school. He's now in his 4th year at their primary school. And I'm really, sorry, but in the 4 years that my son has attended your school, I can assure you, in the local Tesco's to me, you cannot purchase forest green PE shorts. You can purchase, and I have seen a couple of times, forest green plain t-shirts, the actual polo shirts and the jumpers in Asda's. But the PE shorts I've always had to go out the way to school kit for. I'm just going to pop this down here just to fill in the little bit of a gap. I used to put washi at the bottom of every one, but then I found it took up quite a lot of space. And sometimes I have slightly more to write than others. So, those of you that have seen past ones, this whole double line here would have been taken up with washi and vice versa across here. So it is quite invasive. This way it just gives me that little bit of extra room in the hope that, you know, thing. So on this one, I'm just going to write #plan because I don't actually use functional stickers as a general rule in this planner. And then this just gets popped on a Friday. Just like so. Because obviously I was planning here on a Friday. And there we go. That is it. Literally. So I've got a flag, a couple of little sort of functional boxes if you like, and then the 2 bits of functional that it comes with, but I've never ever used, I don't think. Maybe once or twice in the past. So yeah, so this weekend, and I'm going to put a note here, is buy Elle's PE kit. So that's the one thing I really do need to concentrate on, and obviously I will need to chase the hospital to find out exactly when his date's for his op's going to go in. The other thing I'm going to note in, I think I will use red, as that's Luca's favourite colour. I know they say you shouldn't write in red because it's rude, either, but that's okay. So on here I'm just going to jot that it's Luca's first school in abbreviated trip. Just there in brackets, just like that. And then here again I'm going to put year 3 swimming, because my eldest has started 8 weeks of swimming lessons at the school. And that's pretty much it. So there we go, guys. What I will do actually, just quickly, is we'll move this to one side, just quickly, and I'll show you my TN so far. I haven't 100% finished filling it up yet. And it's got slightly marked. The dog jumped onto the sofa and actually caught it, so I do need to get some leather treatment for it. But there we go, that's it. This gorgeous red TM. As you can see, it's already quite chunky. Some of the inserts in here will be getting changed out just purely because they don't really meet the requirements I need. This, I don't know how well you can see this, the angle I am with this camera at the moment. Gorgeous little charm here was made for me by Di, who also made the TM. And it also came with a bookmark, matching bookmark, which I'll show you in a minute. So as you open it up, I've just got stamps. This is a little sticker book, just full of lots of different functional stickers, should I need them whilst I'm out and about. That gorgeous clip was a freebie through FabPlannerPrint, but it's made by my unicorn planner, and I absolutely love her clips. And then that I got the other day from Carly at the Mix Match Planner, which you guys know I actually PR for both Mix Match Planner and FabPlannerPrint. Then I've got this here tucked in is my Hobonichi Techo, which I absolutely love. This isn't the English version, this is the Japanese version. So for example, that was last month, and that's this month. Those two kits are from FabPlannerPrint. And then my little bookmark to say what day I'm on is just a gorgeous die cut from Mix Match Planner that was done as a freebie as part of the sale that's just happened. I mean, obviously it's a week's, but it works just the same. And I use this as my journal, and it just fits snugly in that front pocket there. Then I've got this that I made, which I'm a bit upset because I made it a little bit too big. This dashboard here I use as a writing board in here, just to help with right where that paper's so thin, it just gives it a little bit of a sturdy background. That was from Dash of Couture. And so with the die cut stuck to the pocket that I made. Can't remember where the cardstock come from now. Again, Mix Match Planner. This gorgeous little charm is from Gretel Creates. And then in here, these die cuts were from FabPlannerPrint. And then the inserts that are in here currently were from Di, and I am going to use this monthly one, just use out the month. This bookmark here, that's in the monthly, if I just show you how gorgeous it is, the sparkly crown, the skull, the little Buddha head, I just thought it was absolutely adorable, is also made by Di, but I purchased it separately from her. So that's the monthly, and then this is the monthly and the weekly match, so that's foiled. This one isn't. Again, these came with from Di. This is the weekly, but I don't think I'll end up using it. Just purely because it isn't a layout I'm comfortable with. It's neither sort of Eric Andre and Happy Planner size, sort of style vertical, or the typical Happy Planner horizontal, which you just saw me planning. This was the bookmark that came with. It's again absolutely gorgeous. I just sit that in the weekly. And moving on, you've got the back of the insert I made. Again, like I said, I made it a little bit too long, so I do need to make another one really a bit shorter. That's just a little decoupage girl I made. I think she's getting a little bit squashed actually, but I just really like it and can really relate to it. This dangly clip is from Charlie's Magpies on Etsy, and then obviously the other side of the pocket. This little vellum pocket is from Little Pencil Designs. It was part of our Easter bag, mystery bag that she done, along with this little handmade washi card with some washi on there. And then I've got another washi sampler card, coincidentally with the same washi on, but not from the same person. I can't remember where that was from, but I just convenient little pouch to keep the washi in and then just tuck it in there. This insert is a sort of a projects book or a sketchbook. It will take watercolour, which is really nice, and I really like it. And then moving on at the back, again in this gorgeous blue foil, it's just a notes book, which again I haven't actually started using yet because I'm not 100% set up in here. This is another dashboard from A Dash of Couture, and as you can see matches the die cuts at the front. And then I've got a pouch here, which is rather nice, and then I've got this poppered pocket, which I just keep bits of paper, and there's a Fox and Pip sticky pad in there and a few other bits and pieces, which are absolutely gorgeous. I will probably end up putting more charms on here, more danglies on here, etc, etc, but like I said, I'm not 100% set up in here yet. But the plan is, like I said, to condense down into this at some point. So, whoops, that'll teach me, should have left it there. So that's just a little flick through of that gorgeous TN. And then obviously back to this plan with me. So a little bit insight of me faffing with my planning stuff, and obviously faffing and sort of generally whinging about being quite mucked up on my dates, to be honest. But these things happen. It's out of our control. Obviously, by the end of today, it is the start of the weekend, so I hope all you lovely, lovely people have a fantastic weekend. Like I said, if you're new to my channel, I'm kind of waffling a little bit because maybe I should have done a few more videos recently and I haven't had the opportunity to. So I'm just trying to cram as much as I can in at certain points. So, hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Take care, my lovelies, and like I said, hopefully we will be back to a full week of videos next week. Take care. Bye.